You're watching Football Daily, and this is our 11 of the most injury-prone players in world football. Goalkeeper, Chris Kirkland. Narrowly edging out Craig Gordon between the sticks is A&E favourite Chris Kirkland, who has picked up a quite incredible 24 injuries in his career. The ex-Liverpool man has been through everything, from a ruptured anterior cruciate ligament in his knee after a clash against Dele Adebola to knocking himself unconscious doing the washing up at home. Having signed and then been stretchered off for 8 clubs so far, Kirkland has played just one game for his latest team, Preston, and will no doubt be desperate to shed the bandages and don the gloves in the future. Right back, Holger Badstuber. Playing slightly out of position, but no doubt just delighted to be on the field at all, is Bayern Munich defender Holger Badstuber. The German international has spent the past 2 years sidelined with a serious ACL injury and a host of other niggles and knocks. After all of that rehab and work, Badstuber made his return to training, only to break his ankle in one of his first training sessions, and he's now likely to miss another 3 months. Pep Guardiola and the rest of the Bavarian side even wore support t-shirts for the fan favourite. Centre-back, Ledley King. Possibly one of the finest central defenders in Premier League history, the story of Ledley King is also one of the saddest in Premier League history. Despite not training during the week because he had no cartilage in his knees, causing bone to rub on bone, King would still play for Tottenham Hotspur on weekends because, in Harry Redknapp's words, he was so intelligent he could win games on his own anyway. King eventually retired aged just 31 due to spending 1,318 days on the sidelines, but you can still find the like of Thierry Henry waxing lyrical about his ability to time a tackle. Centre-back, Thomas Vermaelen. Possibly one of Barcelona's strangest ever signings, the walking Belgian bandage has suffered over 15 major injuries in his time on the football pitch. During his time at Arsenal, he impressed when on the field, but suffered everything from Achilles tendonitis to quadriceps tears to broken legs. Despite all of this, the Blaugrana decided to take a €15 million punt on him, and despite spending all but 3 games of his first season injured, he did eventually manage to make a start against Atletico Madrid, only for him to limp off the field injured yet again. Left back, Kieran Gibbs. Despite being just 26, Gibbs has found himself on the physio table an astonishing 11 times for major injuries during his career. The fullback has suffered particularly badly with muscular problems since breaking his leg back in 2009. When Nacho Monreal was bought from Malaga in 2013, he was originally seen as the backup option to a prospering Gibbs, but has since overtaken the Englishman, whose injuries have consistently hampered him. Centre mid, Owen Hargreaves. When Owen Hargreaves left Bayern Munich for Manchester United, many in the game raved about his incredible ability in the centre of the park after winning his first Champions League aged just 19. As a youngster, the Canadian-born Englishman wasn't even interested in football. Instead, he had a deep desperation to become a professional ice hockey player, but fortunately for all, he chose grass over ice. Hargreaves arrived at Old Trafford with a broken leg in 2007, and this signalled the start of a torrid 2 years in England, where he was constantly hampered by niggles and knee injuries. Centre mid, Jack Wilshere. Every football fan will remember the day that a young Wilshere tore apart a Barcelona midfield of Xavi, Andres Iniesta and Sergio Busquets. However, despite the odd sparkling performance, his career has continued to be blighted by major injury after major injury. From torn ankle ligaments to fractured tibia, it's easy to see why the Englishman has earned his nickname of Jack Wheelchair. Centre mid, Abou Diaby. The captain and leader of our stretcher brigade, Abou Diaby has spent a jaw-dropping 2,156 days sidelined by injury. Yes, that's over 5 years. Making just 92 starts for Arsenal since joining the club in 2006, his skill and physique led people to compare him to Patrick Vieira, and it's testament to his ability that the club persevered with him for 9 years before finally giving him the chop in 2015. Diaby finally left for Marseille, where he hoped to have found a new lease of life, only for him to rupture his Achilles in training and miss the majority of the season. Right wing, Arjen Robben. Despite winning a domestic title at every club he's played for, the Dutch winger has had a career blighted by niggling injuries that have seen him struggle to put together a full season of top performances. As he has grown older, the physio room has become a second home, with Robben suffering a shocking 11 injuries in the past 2 years. Left wing, Daniel Sturridge. Ever since breaking onto the scene at Manchester City, Daniel Sturridge has developed a reputation for knowing where the back of the net and the doctor's surgery are. After moving to Chelsea, he eventually settled in at Liverpool, where he struck up an incredible partnership with Luis Suarez, as the pair netted 50 goals between them in 2013-14. However, since his vampire colleague left for Catalonia, Sturridge's injury record has taken an even more dramatic slump, with 5 major injuries in the past year. Striker: Michael Owen. One of England's greatest ever strikers, Ballon d'Or winner Michael Owen was as clinical as any player in history, but was constantly blighted by injuries in his mid-20s. Owen was so good that when he made his debut as an 18-year-old, he was rarely ever dropped, and had already racked up a ridiculous 300 games before his 23rd birthday. Many believe this is the reason his injury record is so bad, as later in his career his body let him down 19 times, and he spent season after season under the surgeon's knife.
So guys, it was literally impossible to fit every player in this video, but we must give honourable mentions to the likes of Giuseppe Rossi, Darren Anston, Kaká, and there's lots more. If you like this video, check out our most expensive 11, and as ever guys, don't forget to like and subscribe.